Hey guys, Scott here. I've had a theory for a little while that the Dead by Daylight community has started to shift more towards competitive and less casual fun. And I've felt that in my games. I've felt that in forum posts, on Twitter discussions, on Reddit, whatever. And I've also felt that on Twitch. I've noticed that my viewership for DBD streaming on Twitch specifically has gone down. And I was thinking, oh shit, that's not good. I must be screwing something up. And it's been over the past, several months. 2v8 started making it even a lot worse. So the first thing I did was go, okay, well, maybe it's not me. Maybe DBD's down. And I checked for the past year. No, DBD's doing just fine. The viewership is actually kind of okay. It's pretty much dead neutral. So then I started checking other people. And I started noticing a pattern. And I want you to tell me if this seems like there's any truth to it. So I'm just going to put in a bunch of big DBD streamer names, and we're going to look at all of the data here and see if we can draw a conclusion from this. So, Big Daddy Ots, he's the first one. He's down by quite a bit. JRM. Down, but not so much, but down. True. Down by quite a bit. Aaron. Down by quite a bit. Zubat. Down by quite a bit. Spooky Loops. Down a bit. Bronx. Down a bit. Tofu. Down a bit. Like, every casual Dead by Daylight content creator I can think of that I've watched, like, ever in history, every single one of them is down by anywhere between 5 and 30% of viewership over the past year, which is significant. That's a lot. So I started thinking, well, then, like, what is the variable here? Because, a lot of these people are much better streamers than me, so it's not necessarily something that I'm doing wrong. What's the thing that links them together? And I started thinking about all of them, and for the most part, they're all just kind of just casual players. They don't play competitive matches. They don't do tournaments or scrims or anything like that. So they're just casual players for the everyman. Ots always does like guides for not necessarily the comp players, but more just for everyone to get into DBD. That's like the whole niche. And I was like, okay, well, let's go the opposite route. Let's think of all the competitive players I can think of. To be fair, I only know like 5 of them, so I'll just type every single one that I know. So Nightlight is the first one that I know of. He's up quite a bit. Xeno is my boy. He is up quite a bit. DBD League in general, I guess, up quite a bit. What's Zaka's stream name? Zaka up quite a bit. My point is, from all of this, from all this like data that I've been trying to like get, I've noticed a very significant pattern with a couple of little exceptions, but it's been pretty consistent. It seems like every single competitive content creator has been significantly rising, and every single casual content creator has been significantly falling. And this sort of was the data that I'm using to reinforce my feeling that it feels like DBD has been getting more competitive over time. Now, I don't mean competitive as in people are getting better. I need to make that clear. Competitive and sweaty does not equal good and bad. It's nothing to do with that. It's the amount of effort and overkill that they put into winning, basically. I know a lot of really good players that have 15,000 hours playing since 2016. They've got full legacy and stuff, but they just dick around. They try to get flashlight saves. They're trying some stupid build. They're just like, they're really good, and they'll likely still beat everyone they go against because they're so incredibly good at the game, but they're not like sweating out their ass. On Killer, they're not going like, just 3 hook tunnel, first out, all that good stuff. They're not doing 4-man survive with friends, like just trying to just do 4 Commodious boxes. I'm trying to think whatever the survivor equivalent, just like all that stuff. It's usually not the case that is what's like currently happening from all these streamers. And I don't know. I feel like there is definitely some pattern in the community where that's not these streamers that are, I don't know. I just, it feels like the game has gotten sweatier over time. And this is mostly just feelings. That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to just like desperately look for data to support my feelings here. But it just, I know a lot of people have felt this too. And I wish I had like more concrete stuff to put in this here. But I'm just mostly going off my gut and trends in viewership and stuff like that here. And I just wanted to see if you guys have been feeling the same way. I felt like DBD has gotten way sweatier over time. Not necessarily that people have gotten better. I think what tends to happen is once people get really good, they either realize there's no point in getting this good at the game, so they stop, or they decide to go into comp where they can actually test their skills. And that's why the level of DBD skill sort of stagnates, because those guys tend to just go in scrims and you don't see them as much, or they just stop playing. So the overall skill level of the player base really has sort of stagnated over the past couple years, but the amount of sweat I have felt has gone up a lot. And yeah, I wonder, is there a correlation here? All the competitive streamers, viewers way up. Suddenly, more competitive type gameplay. All the casual streamers, viewers are down. Less casual type gameplay. People tend to replicate things they see on stream often. I'm wondering if there's a correlation here. This may be a shot in the dark. It may just be I happen to get a couple of sets of data that just perfectly hit my point without having to like cherry pick stuff. There's like one or two exceptions that I found, but for the most part, it's been really consistent with this theory I have. So I'm curious, do you guys agree that the game is getting more sweaty? Is this evidence to support that? Do you feel like that's currently happening in your games? And what do we do to fix that, if anything? Because if that's the way that DBD is starting to head, then I would say my future in it is, not looking super bright because I'm 34, man. I don't want to deal with the stress of doing comp matches again. I got anxious doing like Elden Ring duels, like tournaments and stuff like that. It's like I had the Twitch Rivals thing where I was nervous and I was better than almost everybody in that competition because it was a for a fun thing and I was still nervous. I just can't deal with that level of stress in my life anymore. So if that's the way the community goes, then I'm pretty fucked because I will never do that. So I'm curious if you guys agree. Again, random shot in the dark, random theory I have. Yeah, thanks for watching.